What's up guys, my name is Gabriel DeSanti and welcome back to Anything New York. Today we are talking the best cityscape shots in New York City. So when I think of cityscapes in New York, I think of the New York skyline. There are some really classic shots and there are some really unique shots that you can get, and we're gonna go over those today. These are in no particular order, but the first one that I wanna talk about is the Dumbo Pier. Now this is located right outside of Manhattan on the other side of the Brooklyn Bridge. It's a pretty iconic spot because they have the carousel and like a little shopping center down there, and it is a really cool place to hang with friends or see the New York Manhattan skyline. For photography, this is one of my favorite skyline locations in New York City because the sun sets on the other side of Manhattan, so at sunset you can get really, really beautiful shots. You can see the Brooklyn Bridge and all of downtown Manhattan, which is one of the most iconic parts of New York. And as a plus, there's even a beach in case you wanted to dip your feet in the water. The next great cityscape location is Top of the Rock. Now, Top of the Rock is not by any means the tallest observatory in New York City, but it is one of the best. You get an amazing view of Central Park, and then you also get an amazing view of downtown Manhattan, Midtown Manhattan, and especially the Empire State Building. Now, the reason the Empire State Building isn't on this list is because when you're on the Empire State Building, you don't actually get to see it yourself. And so when you're on Top of the Rock, you get this iconic view of the Empire State Building and then the rest of Manhattan behind it, and it is an absolutely extraordinary view. You do have to pay to come to this location, but I promise you it is so worth it. Now this third location is probably the most unique out of any of these, and it's something that I haven't really seen a lot online, but secretly it's one of my favorite photography locations, and that is the Staten Island Ferry. Now what's cool about the ferry is it is free, and it does take you from the South Street Seaport at the tip of Manhattan, and it will take you all the way to Staten Island. It takes about a half hour, but it is free, so you can go there and back without it costing you anything. Now the reason why this is one of my favorite locations is because it is so unique. You don't typically see a lot of tourists going on the Staten Island Ferry, and you get such a unique perspective going away or towards the south of Manhattan. So if you're visiting New York and you want to get a really unique shot of the city skyline, I would highly, highly recommend going on the Staten Island Ferry. And if you can time it at sunset or a time when the light is a little bit softer, you're gonna get really amazing pictures. Oh, and just a quick tip, if you're going to Staten Island from Manhattan, when you get off the boat, there's not really much to do at the port town where you get in on Staten Island. So if you want to get back to Manhattan right away, you need to make sure you run off the boat and then get back on right away, or else you're going to miss the boat and you'll need to wait for the next one. You do have to get off the boat, so if your plans are to go right back to Manhattan, make sure you run to catch the next one. Now we have the Edge at Hudson Yards. The Edge is the newest observatory in Manhattan, and it's in this list just because I haven't seen that many photos from it yet, and it has something really special that no other observatory has. That is a glass floor. For many people, this is way too much, way too scary, but for me, that is such a cool thing for an observatory to have. But if you can bear it, that's awesome, and I want to see your pictures. But in addition to that, the cool thing about the Edge is that it's on the west side of Manhattan, which there is not any observatory there. You can see east to the Empire State Building, you can see downtown to the World Trade Center, and you can see uptown as far as you can possibly see. And because it is New York's newest observatory, that's why I wanted to add it to the list as a must-see. Again, it's diversifying your photo portfolio, giving you some unique perspectives that a lot of people don't have yet. And the last cityscape location that I'm recommending is going to be from Hoboken. Now, Hoboken is in New Jersey. It's just across the Hudson River. You can literally get there in 7 minutes by the PATH train from Manhattan, or you can take a ferry. I love the view from Hoboken because you get to see all of Manhattan again. And if you get there at sunrise, you can get this beautiful shot of the sun coming up behind the city. It is really, really iconic. But a lot of people from New York don't want to like get up early and go there for that time. So if you can get there at sunrise, it is a very unique photo and something that you will not regret. Like if you get an awesome sunrise, it is going to be something you'll remember forever. And again, New York has made it quite easy to get there. You can just take a ferry or the PATH train and get there super quickly. Well, that's gonna be all for this video and the top cityscapes in New York City. If you guys liked it, we would love to hear from you down below. And if there's any other spots that you would recommend people to check out, leave that there as well. Until next time, my name is Gabriel, and I will see you soon on Anything New York.